The next part of our project is the base. We're going to right click up on the top as usual and create a new component. We'll call this base. Once we've got that, we are going to sketch inwards. So I'm going to create a sketch. I'm going to rotate my model so I can see this bottom plane and just zoom out a little bit. First step with this one is to go to measure and measure the distance between those two components. Yours hopefully is the same as mine. If not, we need to add 20 to this. The next measurement is from this point to this point. So I've got 470. Just take a note of both of those measurements. So I'm already in sketch mode. I'm going to sketch out in the blank area here. I'm going to use the dimension tool and I'm going to go 472 plus 20. And this one here is going to be 283 plus 20. I'm going to use the offset tool now. If I can find where it is. So in the modifier menu there's a button called offset. I'm going to click the outside of our project and then drag it inwards. We want to offset this by 36 millimeters and press enter. I'm going to use a line tool now and I'm going to click from corner to corner. And then finish sketch. The next part is to extrude this. So where it says operation, I want to change this to new component. And I'm going to click the first component. I'm going to make this 36 as well and press enter. Now I'm going to open this and come down to my sketch, expand that, and then we're going to click the eyeball on sketch 1. Back to extrude, back to new component, click your next one, 36, and enter. And we're going to continue to do this for the next few components. And the last one the same, so sketch, new component in 36. So now we've just created a full base with only one sketch and we've got all our components. I did something wrong because there's one missing here. It's probably a new body. You probably see back in my video I accidentally did it as a body rather than a component. We can change that quite easily by right clicking the body and going create components from bodies. And now you can see they're all 4 components. Now what I'm going to do is go to the first one and activate it. Look from the top, sketch on this top surface. I'm not sure if this is going to work, so I'm going to come down and just find that sketch folder and turn off that sketch. Once that sketch is off, we'll be able to sketch on this surface. I'm going to use a line, zoom in a little bit, and as long as I'm not in this center point where the triangle appears, so just down a little bit further, and then across to this side, we'll use the dimension tool to dimension this one. This is going to be 10. Finish sketch, extrude, click the surface, -6. So that's going to be our rebate for our plywood. So I'm going to continue to do each component. So click the next rail or component, activate it, sketch, click the top. Let's start down the bottom this time. Line to line. And then with the dimension tool, it says that it's 0.3 degrees. So it means I haven't made this line straight. The way to make that, fix that, go to the parallel constraint up here and select both the lines. That'll make it parallel, and then when I'll go and put this measurement on, it should give me a number, so 10 millimeters. Finish sketch, extrude, let's do -6, yes we did. You can get different size plywood, so we're using a 6mm plywood. So the next one, activate the component, sketch on the top, and on the line, you can see that parallel constraint automatically smart activated on 10 millimeters, and then extrude -6. Last one. While I was doing that, I should have also been doing this. So we have got a chamfer here, and I'm going to put a 10mm chamfer the whole way around. So go through and activate each component one more time. So that's our base so far. We're going to put a piece of plywood in here too. So we'll draw that up now. Let's have a quick measure of what this is. So it's 251, and the length is 440. So to draw this, I'm going to create that new component, call it plywood base. And sketch, I'm going to draw it on the bottom plane again. It can be exactly the same as the measurements I just read out, so 251. Obviously, if yours is different, change it to suit. 440. Finish sketch. E for extrude. This is 6mm plywood, so I'll put 6 in there. We will use a join. We'll join on that surface, and we'll join straight to the center of this surface. Click OK, and that's together. The last thing is this one here will move away. So we've got these two joined together. I'll press back to get that lined up again. If we're smart about this, what we can do is we can select all the components using Control. We can right click and go rigid group. And yes, and OK. And that rigid group will stick together. So that's our base done. We can attach the top to the base at this stage. I'm worried that my chamfer might be a little bit too big the whole way around, but we can go and adjust that later. So this is a bit tricky to know where to join this one to, so I think what I'll do is I'll join this surface here to this one here. Use the flip tool. So it's only brought one rail over. We need to work out how far up it needs to go. 10 millimeters is the chamfer size. We're going to go 10 millimeters in as well. Click OK. And that fits really nicely on my project. So that's the base made. The next video is going to show you the top edging and the lid.